Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to mix your vocals to sound like Joji in the song Glimpse of Us. So in this video, we're going to be going over all the plugins, the mixing techniques, and if you guys want to sound like the vocal yourself, you guys can cop the Joji Glimpse of Us vocal preset over on my BeatStars store. I will have it linked in the first link in the description. Alright, enough yapping. Let's check out the Joji vocal preset. Let's go.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in a blue. Why then, if she is so perfect, do I still wish that it was you? Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do when you're out of sight in my mind? 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine, said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I find a glimpse of us.
Damn, man. Hey, that's deep, bro. What a fire song. I love that song. And this preset came out decent, I can't even lie. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. But yeah, let's start checking out the chain, shall we? First up in the chain, I used Melodyne. That won't be a part of the preset if you do cop the preset. If you don't know what Melodyne is, it's basically like manual pitch correction. But the actual first plugin in the chain, wait, hold on 1 second. As cool as this video and vocal chain is, I gotta know one thing. Who do you really want to sound like? Write in the comments what artists and songs you guys want me to make vocal presets on. Thank you too for your suggestion, and I hope you enjoyed the outcome of it. Oh, and another thing, only 6.1% of you guys are subscribed. That is disgraceful. So make sure you subscribe with the bell notifications on so you don't miss out when I make a vocal preset on your suggestion. Alright, back to the video. Will be Waves tune, bit of auto tune, you know. The speed's at 32, note transitions at 47. Obviously we set the key, and now we're sounding in key. Next up in the chain, we got Waves NS1. This is just a noise suppressor. This is getting rid of any unwanted noises that the mic picks up. The humming from my computer, the fan in my room, the birds chirping outside, any even stuff like my lips, lips smacking together, stuff like that. But yeah, so we got that. Next up in the chain, we got a subtractive EQ. We're using the Fab Filter Pro Q4. We're cutting out everything under 86 Hertz, taking out some of the boominess in the 240 range, taking out some of the boxy frequencies at 780, and then getting rid of some of the nasally frequencies as well. And then before we hit the compressor, I wanted to de-ess it so that the S's weren't too harsh in the compressor. The threshold's pretty high. We're attacking it pretty low as well. With those 4 plugins, we're sounding like this.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move.
Yep. Next up in the chain, we got our first compressor. We're using the R compressor. I started with the preset smooth vocal. I can't remember if I changed much. Yeah, this is just smoothing out the vocal, controlling dynamics. You get the gist. That's sounding like this now.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move.
Fire. Next up in the chain, we got another compressor. We're using the UAD LA2A tube compressor. Yeah, this is giving the vocal some more, adding some tone and also bringing it up front. The gain's at 33, it looks like, and the peak reduction's at 49 maybe. That's sounding like this.
When you're out of sight,
Yo.
in my...
Yep, next up in the chain, we got the Waves C6, the Waves SSL channel, and the Puke Tech EQ. Now, I'm not actually going to be showing you guys these plugins because it's part of the secret sauce. If you guys want to know the secrets, you got to cop the preset. First link in the description. So the C6, this is a multi-band compressor. So with the C6, we're basically just controlling the vocal, getting it to sound how we want it. And then with the SSL channel, we're EQing, giving it tone, giving it that modern pop ballad vocal. And then with the Puke Tech, we're just boosting some of the high end to add some crispiness to the vocals. And I think we also got rid of some of the low end as well. But yeah, with those 3 secret sauce plugins added, we're sounding like this now.
When you're out of sight.
See? Mate, secret sauce has done wonders.
Said I'm fine, said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms.
Next up in the chain, we got the Waves R-Vox, another compressor. This is just gluing the vocal together and gluing it to the beat as well.
She'd take the world off my shoulders.
Next up in the chain, we got another Pro Q4, getting rid of a lot of the low end and boosting some frequencies we liked as well. And then we ducked some of the nasally frequencies again.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move.
After that, we're using Sibilance. This is my favorite de-esser plugin to have at the end of the chain. I feel like this just does a great job at making sure the vocal isn't harsh on the ears. But yeah, we started with the female vocal preset. I just like the way that it sounded. Threshold's pretty high, but yeah.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move.
Making the vocal a lot more smooth. And then at the end of the chain, we got a Valhalla Vintage Verb. We started with the preset SP Amazing Vocal. Can't remember how much I changed, but the mix is down at 18.2%. Because this is on the main chain, I didn't want the mix to be very high. I wanted to add some ambience to the normal chain. So we added that, and I feel like it sounded sick. Sounds like this.
She'd take the world off my shoulders.
Makes it way more ambient. I like it. Fire.
Said I'm fine, said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms.
Yeah, so there we have the chain without the sends. And let's just jump straight into the send, shall we? First send, we have another reverb. We're using Valhalla Vintage Verb again. We're using the Palace Ballad Snare preset. Pre-delays at 23 milliseconds. We got a medium length decay. Mix is at 100%, obviously. We did a little bit of a low cut and a little bit of high cut. And then we're also using a Pro Q4 just to shape the vocal a little bit. That reverb sounds like this by itself. That's fire.
She turned the rain to rain. Living in a blue.
That's beautiful. And then for the final bus, we're actually doing some parallel compression. We're using the CLA 76 and we're smashing it. As you can see, let me solo this.
Why then if she is so perfect, do I still wish
hitting it very hard. And then at the end of the chain, we've also got an Abbey Road saturator, just bringing out some colors of the vocal, giving it some distortion.
Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do?
I'll show you the vocal without the parallel compressor and saturation.
She'd take the world off my shoulder.
And then with?
She'd take the world off my shoulder.
You hear the difference? It makes the vocal so much more full, gives it color. I reckon that sounds fire. If your vocal feels weak or like a bit hollow, do this technique. It's so fire, it's such a fire technique. But yeah, there we have the Joji Glimpse of Us preset. With everything all together, we are now sounding like this.
She'd take the world off my shoulders if it was ever hard to move. She'd turn the rain to a rainbow when I was living in a blue. Why then if she is so perfect, do I still wish that it was you? Perfect don't mean that it's working, so what can I do? When you're out of sight in my mind, 'cause Sometimes I look in her eyes, and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try to fall for her touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was. Said I'm fine, said I moved on. I'm only here passing time in her arms, hoping I find a glimpse of us.
God damn. That's beautiful, man. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this chain. And if you guys do cop the Joji Glimpse of Us vocal preset, I'll show you how to load it in now. So what you want to do is add a new audio track, add the plugin Studio Verse. Once it loads, click on here, head down to load, click on that. Here I have a folder with all of mine. Find the preset that you got, double click on that, and there you go. You got the preset loaded into Studio Verse. You've invested in yourself. You sounded fire. You sounded like the artist. You sounded like $1 million. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know who I should make a vocal preset on next. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're on road to 3K subs. Let's try to get there ASAP. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, people. Peace.
See the jealousy is taking over again. You see the jealousy is taking over again.
Are you wanting a professional sounding radio ready mix and master for your songs? For just $120, I will mix and master your entire song from scratch and get it sounding unreal. Any genre, any voice. Hit me up on Instagram or Discord and we can talk about how you want it to sound. And if you DM me the discount code Bailey80, you will receive $45 off your first purchase. So get in quick.
In the middle of a crossroad.